Papa Geoff's America program is made possible by contributions from listeners like you. Thank you. If you'd like to buy Papa Geoff a cup of coffee, visit us on the web at coffee.papageoffusa.com, because you know how much Papa Geoff loves his coffee. Papa Geoff's America, the talk radio podcast, continuing the conversation, one podcast at a time. It's talk radio time from Houston, Texas, broadcasting around the country and around the world. Welcome to the Papa Geoff's America program. We're the talk radio podcast that discusses the stuff and things that you want to talk about. The talk radio podcast continuing the conversation, one podcast at a time. Inspiring guests, insightful commentary, and what would a day be without Papa Geoff's classic old guy humor, right? So, here's the guy that has trouble seeing the big E on the eye chart. The guy that some would say has a unique sense of humor, and the guy that definitely has a face for radio. Here's Mr. Here We Go himself, PG the OG, Papa Geoff. Welcome to Papa Geoff's America. The talk radio podcast continuing the conversation, one podcast at a time. I'm Papa Geoff, and this is Papa Geoff's America. On today's broadcast, get ready to be a KJayer. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what is that? Well, today's guest started singing when he was 19 years old, and on Christmas of 2012, his number one fan, his mother, got him his first acoustic guitar. Well, fast forward to today, Kerry James Jr., better known as KJ, is an accomplished R&B Indie Artist in his own right, a singer, songwriter, and musician. His story is all about peace, love, and determination. KJ is our guest today, and he'll be here in just a little bit. Meanwhile, here's today's fun coffee fact. According to the Death by Coffee Roastery blog, drinking coffee was once punishable by death. Yep. During the 17th century Ottoman Empire, it was believed that coffee contained mind-altering effects. The ruler of this period believed it to be a type of narcotic and banned it from public consumption. Well, I guess no more Starbucks for him. Want your coffee to stay warmer longer? Just add cream. Yep, coffee stays warm 20% longer when you add cream. And finally, divorce because of lack of coffee. Apparently, in the 16th century in Constantinople, not providing your wife enough coffee was grounds, no pun intended, for divorce. Lends new meaning to irreconcilable differences, I guess, huh? And there you have it, this week's fun coffee facts. The Papa Geoff's America program, the talk radio podcast, continuing the conversation, one podcast at a time. It's 70 degrees with rain and thunderstorms at the Talk OG studios in H-Town, Space City, Houston, Texas. We're the city with no limits. We're Houston strong. Coming up for us after the break, Gary, Indiana's own Kerry James Jr. KJ, next.
I want to dedicate this song to all mothers out there, especially it's a tribute to my mother. I love her, and it's a powerful message that I need y'all to hear. So I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I have. Love your mother, respect her, and just, remember the good days. So here it goes. Mother, you raised me to the end of time. You'll always be mine. Let me go. I just love you so. You held my hand through the hard times and the good times. Mother and I love you. I know you love me too. to end my life. I just cried and cried. You need some money and dimes, and you'll always will be mine. I don't blame you for all the mistakes you do. I know you tried and tried to give me a better life. Mother, you raised me to the end of time. You'll always be mine. Mother and I love you. I love you. Always be mine. Never let me go. I just love you so. You held my hand through the hard times and the good times. Mother and I love you. I know you love me too. For all the Christmas Day, you bought my first guitar, and you are my star. And I know who you are. Back home today, we had a good feast in the room, and we had to remember that Thanksgiving night. Mother, you raised me to the end of time. You'll always be mine. Never let me go. I just love you so. You held my hand through the hard times and the good times. Mother and I love you. I know you love me too. For all the things you do, if I only knew that I love
The Papa Geoff's America program is on the air anytime, any device. PapaGeoffUSA.com. All right. Kerry James Rogers Jr., also known as Kerry James, or by his recording and stage name, better how I know him, is simply KJ. And there's much more to KJ than just those two initials, let me tell you. This young gentleman is an R&B indie artist, a singer, songwriter, musician, and according to his bio, and I can confirm this definitely, it's a great story of peace, love, and determination. And we definitely want to talk about that determination part. But first, KJ, welcome to the program. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. I can definitely speak to that determination part because you and I have definitely had some determination in getting this conversation recorded. I have had a bunch of stuff on this end here in Houston that this has happened and that's happened, and you've been ready and
Yep.
I've been almost ready, and it's just so your determination factor is amazing, my friend, and I'm so glad you're here.
And most people say, I have a Southern accent, because I got the family from down south. So I could really adapt. If I do go to Texas, probably I could really adapt to the Southern, like the culture, because due to the accent I got, I have like a Southern tone.
You do, and I think you would fit in really well here. I've adapted here rather well. I've only been here in Texas for going on 2 years. I moved from Northern Nevada, and
So you
I
came up
gave,
north.
I gave up. Yeah, I gave up the snow, and because people say, "Well, it snows in Nevada." Well, yeah, because most people think Nevada, they think Las Vegas.
Yep.
And no, I was in northern Nevada, and yeah, it snowed up there, and I got tired of the snow, getting a little older, and I said, my wife and I decided, well, we'll move here. So, yeah, I probably still considered an honorary Texan, but I love it, and it's great. And I've listened to your music, and I got to say that you are a natural talent. This is something that, yeah, you can hone your craft. Everybody knows that artists do that, but this is natural. This
It's
is
different.
Yeah, this is natural. And but we'll come back to that. Now you were born in Chicago, right?
Yep. I was born in Chicago and raised in Gary, Indiana. I've been out here for 20, almost, I guess, say 20 years now. A
And
decade, 2 decades plus.
okay, and I saw in your bio that you, because we got some other things that we want to talk about of what you've been doing there, and they call that the Chicagoland area because they're really close to each other, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so Gary, Indiana, you're there, that's your, in essence, that's your hometown. And you started singing at the age of 19. Tell us about that. How did that all get started?
Well, actually, it all came natural because I didn't know what to do. Like, okay, I was in high school. I didn't know what to do with my life as planned. So, it all came natural. So my mom, she got me a guitar for Christmas because I wanted a, 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 I wanted a guitar, acoustic guitar, and I knew I could sing. I just had to learn how to properly train my voice because everything I did, I trained my own self. And I said, okay, I want to just, start something different. When I saw Justin Bieber have a guitar, at that time period, I wanted to get one too, just because he had one and he was musically inclined and influenced, and I was as well. But it all came natural. She got me a guitar. I went out and said, you know what? I want to actually, since I'm really good at it, I learned off of via YouTube. I learned how to play like the basics and stuff like that. And then after I learned that for like months or time being, then I went out to the city hall where I got started, where it actually took place, where things happened, where it jump started my career for so on until now. I was able to attract attention from, for certain people and, getting like a little bit of recognition. And then after that, I sung for our previous mayor up in Gary, probably back in like 2013. That was what, like 7 years back,
Hmm.
for like, at that time moment. So I was like the first artist to sing for her. And then it just started to attract attention, multimedia platforms and newspaper articles and online articles. And it just, I built my name from the ground up, and the list goes on and on as far as until now.
Brought you to where you are today. And yeah,
It took some doing. I wouldn't say it wasn't easy. It was hard work. It took some doing. I had some bumps in the road. I had a couple stops, and I had some mishaps with people and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
it all led me to this point where I'm finally going to actually focus on my music and actually work um with a team that's actually going to develop my artistry, my sound, and just like the music that I'm gonna be doing.
That's awesome. That's definitely awesome. And everything is built from the ground up with stuff like that. And you gotta get your name out there. We live in a society now where social media is out there, and I don't know that it's any easier than it used to be back in the day, but
So,
still.
it wasn't easier. See, y'all didn't have social media. Y'all had film and y'all had word of mouth, as far as people.
Right.
Like bringing like introducing y'all to like the media. Y'all back in y'all day, y'all had like word of mouth and press, and like the press kit, and y'all had like a publicist, and the publicist goes out and introduce the artist to multimedias and TV shows and magazines and stuff like that. See, back in y'all day, y'all didn't have social media. If they had it back then, it would have been a whole lot different. But y'all didn't have it back in those days. Y'all had just people and word of mouth.
You are absolutely right, my friend. I tease people that, I go back to the day when phones had dials, and
people that had money that had pagers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Pagers were it. Who would have ever thought that we would have these multi-fast supercomputers just in our pocket, that we could do anything at any moment. But, everything that you've been through up to this day has never stopped you from reaching for your highest heights. And we all run into, things happen. There's speed bumps. There's things that we encounter, but you just keep going. And that's one thing I've noticed about you, that you just keep doing that. And that's exactly what you've got to do in order to make it. And we know your mom is your number one fan, and that's great. You're the one song that you have is called Mother and I know it's a dedication to your mom, but tell us how that came about. Tell us about Mother and I.
Oh, wow. That song came out from a family friend. She suggested that I write a song for my mom, just particular because I didn't have anything to give her for Mother's Day. So I just, she suggested and thought of the idea that I write a song specifically not for all mamas, but to your mother, what she means to me and Black. And, it just like, it popped in my head, and, just the words just felt like with the flow, it just had a meaning. It told a story about what she told me when, she was able to raise me and my other siblings. I didn't have a father figure in my life, so I put that in there. And we was able to, she was able to support us, on our Thanksgiving night. We didn't have no utilities. So, by that, I was able to, my mom was able to make a way for us during Thanksgiving, where she was able to pair, our Thanksgiving meal, and we didn't have no utilities or no lights. So she was, by the grace of God, she was able to prepare a whole entire feast Thanksgiving when I was younger. And so she told us to always remember this day, this Thanksgiving night. And that stuck with me since forever. And, only thing I could do is just think back about when that moment in time about having that Thanksgiving night where we didn't have no utilities at all and stuff like that. But she was still able to provide for us, and, just and build me up into the man that I am today. And stuff like that.
Mothers are amazing people, and your mother sounds like she is super special. And I
she she sacrificed a lot, to make sure that we, get the things that we need, and she makes sure that we live our dream and stuff like that, and we try to support her on her dreams. Since we're older and stuff like that, we're grown, but she, still consider us as her young her kids and stuff. But we still support her as much as she done for us over the years, And now we have to support her for what she does too.
Well, you're always going to be her kids, always. And like I said, moms are amazing people, and that writing a song as a Mother's Day present is, I don't know very many people that have done that, and I don't know very many moms that's.
I think I know a couple people I know that done that. Tupac, he wrote a song for his mom called Mama. Okay. And Auntie wrote a song for her mother. I think it's called Mama as well. But I know only two people I know that's big time that wrote a song for their moms. Tupac, the late deceased king of rappers or something like that, is Tupac, and the multi-talented Sweet Ashanti, which I love so much.
Yes.
And she wrote a song about her mom, and now I'm writing a song about my mom too as well.
That's amazing. And I know your mom loved the song. I definitely know that. And she's
Every time I sing it, she cries.
yeah,
Because it's the way that I sing it.
yeah, yeah. And I've heard the song on the recording, and it is amazing. And your mom, and I know she is, but your mom should definitely be proud of you. And it's great. It's great. And you've become, starting in 2013, or maybe even a little before, attracted quite a few fans. You mentioned that the city hall in Gary, and you started performing at some local clubs and things, and open mic events, and you've become quite the media, the media star. I understand that you were on the front cover of Chicago Bridge magazine at one
Yes,
time.
I still have it.
So your second song is called "Took Me Away." What's that about?
That is about, that is just a relationship type song, even though I haven't been in a relationship, but it goes out to certain people that's been into a relationship about their partner, significant other. It's just another, like, a mellow vibe song that you can, like, just chill to.
That's good, and I've heard it as well. And like I said, you're a natural talent. I think your mom has done very well. Her besides bringing you into this world, which I think was probably the number one thing that she's done, that means a lot. Mom got your first guitar the Christmas day, and knowing the story behind that, the Thanksgiving meal that mom put together with no utilities, fighting through adversity for her kids. And that's what moms do. My, mama tigers, they fight through.
Yep.
And absolutely, KJ, you are definitely an inspirational figure, the natural music talent for sure. Now you're doing a gig tomorrow, right? For
Yes,
Mother's.
I am. I'm doing a gig tomorrow. It's the Mother's Day tribute event that I actually done this before. A couple years back. I remember before, but this is like before, like, the pandemic happened, and I did them before, but this time it's gonna be, a new version of, like, the Mother's Day, but I'm still will perform my mama song, because this is gonna be dear to moms and stuff like that, and I will be having film, and it will be I know it's gonna be press and media. I'm assuming it's going to be filmed probably, like, through another um multimedia platform, but I know I'm gonna film it. I always film my performance to look back on what I've done and stuff like that. So I will be doing that tomorrow.
That's awesome. Be sure to get us whatever you have, because we want to get it on our website, and we want to share it on our social media as well, and help you get the word out for sure. So that's the next big thing that's coming up, is the gig tomorrow for the Mother's Day celebration. What about moving on? What else is on the horizon for you?
Well, the rest of the horizon, this summer, I will be able to finally work on my EP and stuff like that with a good team. Don't know when we're going to don't know when we're going to announce it, but we will announce it sooner than later. It's just that I will be able to work on my music and be able to give the proper sound that I will be able to give out to my KJayer fans. That's what I call them, and for them to, like, come along the journey with me, and from start to finish, and it's going to be amazing.
I love it. Be sure to keep us posted, guys. You can follow KJ on Facebook, and I believe you also have a YouTube channel.
Yes, I have a YouTube. It's Kerry James Jr. My Instagram is the real KJ23, and Twitter I got at the real KJ1993. But most people could see me mainly on Instagram, because that's what I mainly be, and post stuff like such, like my music and other day-to-day activities that I'm doing. So yeah.
All right. Well, we'll make sure all those links get into our show notes so everybody can follow you on, hopefully on Instagram. That's where we put a lot of our stuff as well. We're on all the social media platforms, but we definitely want to be on that journey with you, KJ, of where you're coming with the gig tomorrow for Mother's Day, and also with your new EP coming out. We want to follow you on that. Want to make sure that we help you get the word out on what is happening. And like I said, my friend, you're a natural talent. We appreciate you coming on today. Definitely keep us posted, and we hope you'll come back and see us.
I will.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks again, KJ. All the best. This is the Papa Geoff's America program. We are the Talk Radio podcast, continuing the conversation, one podcast at a time. Joining us today for the Papa Geoff's America program. Check out more episodes of the Talk Radio podcast at papajeffusa.com. You can subscribe through the link on our website or wherever you get your podcasts. We're on all the major platforms. papajeffusa.com is your home for everything Papa Geoff. Anytime, any device. And while you're there, you can check out more episodes of the broadcast, check out the OG Corner, get in contact with us, and you can easily link to all of our social media. We do want to hear from you. Your thoughts, comments, and suggestions are what make this program happen. So send us an email on our website, papajeffusa.com. Please help us to get the word out and share our broadcast on all of your social media, because sharing is caring. And speaking of caring, if you'd like to help us coffee up here at the Talk Radio podcast, give a click to the Buy Me a Coffee link. You know how much Papa Geoff loves his coffee. Hey guys, remember to wear a mask if you're going out. Practice that social distancing, wash your hands frequently, get the vaccine when it's your turn, and let's all do the right thing and take care of each other. Remember, disagree doesn't mean dislike. We're all in this together. Thanks again for joining us, and bring a friend with you next time. We're looking forward to seeing you next time on the Talk Radio podcast, continuing the conversation, one podcast at a time.